Welcome to Strict Jersey's Field at Oakwood Stadium here in Minnesota. As the Minnesota Legends play host to the Oklahoma City Renegades. As the Renegades off a week one bye will play host. The visiting team will be the visiting team to Minnesota.
That's right.
Came off a week one loss to the Chicago Warriors at the convention. I'm Colin Northup alongside Rick Northup, Corey Minner, and Eddie Gage are in this set.
Who's your commentary guy?
Rick Northup.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Minnesota. Ha ha ha. Well, Colin, now that you got correctly identified the OKC as the visitors, let's get this thing going.
Well, it's only the second ever meeting between these teams, and the Renegades came back after a multi-season absence away from the league. Finished 1-11 last year, and Minnesota, well, they're still smarting off that convention loss, 35-17, Rick, in which it seemed that the Legend offense couldn't hold on to the ball. They had 2 quick turnovers in the opener versus Chicago, so they're looking to correct that.
They did, and not even the mascot, the visiting Sasquatch, could exhort them onto victory, so they're looking to get on to their winning ways here tonight in front of the home crowd.
So for Oklahoma City, they're breaking in a new quarterback. King Jackson returns to the league after some time away, previously with the Motor City Renegades that are now located in Washington State.
Motor City Renegades.
Motor City.
There we go. Who owned the team? Owns.
And Minnesota will pick the first on offense because we have Mickey Malello. He'll be the kicker for Minnesota, but Judah Dorgan will be doing the kicking for OKC. Previously spent the time with Queen City, and the boot is away, and we are underway. It's through the back of the end zone. Puck comes out to the 20 Rick from Oklahoma City. King Jackson's the quarterback. Rookie running back Richard Powers. Tom Rahman is the other halfback, number 49. King Jackson, Christian Bachikalupi, number 85 wide receiver, along with number 88 Dallas Sanders. Tight end is Jonathan Kilgore, and a Hall of Famer Kadir Spavano, along with Stephen. Johnny Reno back to throw, tipped in the air and incomplete for Oklahoma City on defense. Gene Yonda, defensive end. Harrison Kilgore is the rookie tackle. Dave O'Cannon, the veteran, is the outside linebacker along with Aaron Gooden. Sammy Seatbelt, Farrell Raines, Thomas Brahman Jr. of the corners, David Clark and Thomas Rahman are the safety. To get to the Minnesota offense after this play with by
Quarterback.
which is Johnny Reno gets off the Palm Hart and Clark will break off some yards, pick up 6 yards, will be 3rd and 4. He's joined out there by Isaac Knox, number 22, who's in the backfield right there, along with Dave Palmer. Greg Lamb, Deezer Powell, Jay Taylor, E.J. Minton are the wide receivers. Tristan Francis is tight end. Reno, he was looking for France over the middle, but Gooden knocked it away. And it'll be 4th down. Up front for Minnesota, Carly Forge and Axel Raven are the tackles. Ruthie Raven and Griffin King are the guards. And Mickey Malello, in addition to the place kicking duties and field goal duties, also handles the punting duty.
Also handles the mascot duties.
He'll go around the return. He'll get tackled with the 45. And now we'll get to see King Jackson in that Oklahoma.
You know, that good field position for OKC here on that. Their defense comes through and gets the ball in their offense's hands at their own 45. So immediately, the Legend defense is under some pressure here.
Jackson, the left-hander, back to throw. Moves in the pocket, fires down. It tipped away. Bachikalupi, the intended receiver. Angela Meerkat is the defensive end. Jason Clay and Mark Mello are the tackle.
Apparently nobody can catch the ball. So far, Colin, we have no completions.
Matthew Alvarado and Stephen Black are the inside linebackers. DJ Lovelace to Stefan Ford are the outcomes. Christoph comes over from Nashville. They love his brother, and he's joined by Nicholas Russell, Johnny Bravo, Derek Letters, Tim Shady, and Derek Newstat are the safeties.
Still no completions.
Stefan Ford able to knock that away, and just like that, Rick, it's turn 10.
I know. Is there a better non sequitur in the SFL than the angry Minnesota logo, state logo there? What happened to Minnesota nice? Okay. Well, everybody's going to the top goal, maybe having a fire, having a pop out back, or picking a corner.
Oh, I think back to it again. Back from the left when they're back as well. Under pressure, down he goes. Mark gets his bonus sack, and Oklahoma City will be forced to punt, and the coach down there, Brady Clark, is unhappy as the offensive line just let big old number 99 through it out so much as pushing it.
Yeah, well, maybe one of these teams ought to try the run game. Let's see what the Legend will do here when they get the ball back, and their defense rises to the occasion. Just the punt, but they're likely to get pretty deep here.
Although Minnesota did run it for a 6-yard gain, and the first position is it is returned.
True that. Thank you.
By Nam up to the 22-yard line.
That happened to be the only forward progress that either team made.
Take another look at it here. Broken tackle. Yeah, I've done a couple blocks between. Might have gone a little bit farther. 8:41 to go in the first quarter. And so far, we are at a World War I style trench warfare standstill.
Right. It's early. But funny enough, the Rick meter is here. We didn't talk about the Rick meter, of course, the SFL. The Rick meter continues to believe that the SFL is organized for its glory.
Picked up in the middle. Oh, it's picked up! Picked up! And returned to the Minnesota 31. Aaron Gooden got his hands on it, and the lucky person to end up at the ball was Damasceno Raman.
Wow, and we have our first completion to the other team. As everybody knows, the Rick meter starts at neutral. Depending on how the analysis begins to check out, it could be advantage, and then probable, and then book it. If you start going behind the sticks there, if you will, with the Rick meter, you got to pull it back to neutral and then start imposing your will.
Jackson back to throw again. Down the middle, pass caught for the first down. Bachagalupi, that's such a fun name to say. All's an early first and 10. And Jackson has the first completion for either team.
Yeah, that's almost as fun to say as Francisco. That's fun to say. Name that movie.
David Leathers on the tackle for Minnesota. And Jackson, the left-hander. Changes the play at the line. This will be on the each side. This will be an handoff up the middle. And making his way through is Tom Rahman, the 49. Oklahoma City, they got a turnover. This is a Renegade team that a year ago on defense only forced 13 takeaways the whole year.
Oh, welcome Guy Clausen. Guy the Glide Clausen into the pack. One of many others.
Second and 7, 3-yard gain on the previous play. Jackson to throw. Jackson will dump this off. It's complete. Out of the left. Oh, what a nice butt. He scores. Touchdown. That was Bovine. Number 87 lined up as the fullback in the formation. And he just went over and trucked some poor defender. We're going to look at it as Oklahoma City scores first.
There they go with it. They take advantage of the turnover in the short field, Colin, and you know, a fullback gets his hands on the ball. They're gonna do absolutely everything they can to get yardage, and in this case, get into the end zone.
That was number 52, Stephen Black, who has
got hit by that truck.
Yeah, he got hit by that truck. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And Judah Dorgan's extra pointers have been good, so the Renegades take advantage of the short field. Score in a minute, 13 seconds. And the Hall of Famer Tiberius Bovine adds in another touchdown to his resume. It's 7-0 with 7:23 to go in the first, Rick. And I know we had a couple of false starts and blunders, but Oklahoma City, they definitely didn't blunder the opportunity away.
They put the Legend defense in a blender there. And again, you can't really fault the Legend D because they had even more pressure on them after that turnover. That improbable pick. Some say it wasn't the first completion. I will. Technically. A pick. Look on, let's see what they do. The Legend had used a similar formation, not this one, several times in their first possession. There we go.
They completed pass over the middle. Jay Taylor, who was a very big part of the offense a week ago, despite scoring only 17 points. Calls it in there for the first down completion. And anytime, Rick, that you open against a divisional opponent, a regional opponent, like Chicago was for Minnesota this year, you give up 35 points while only scoring 17. You're definitely going to be smarting as an offense.
Right. I'm sure they worked on that this past week.
Back to throw again over the middle. Jason France, Viva la ball, pulls it in, and he's in Oklahoma territory just short of 45.
Sacre bleu, it's a first down for the Legend. We thought we'd speak a little French.
And for Mr. France, he was very productive. 29 grabs, 371 yards a season to go. It was the number 8 rushing attack. Colin Hart, number 2 in the league with over 1,000 yards, 8 rushing touchdowns. Johnny Una, 19 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. We could forget last week, but he's off to a hot start now, despite the early turnovers. He finds Minton open.
Yeah, they had thrown a couple of intermediate routes, great success, and that time they do a quick hitter on the slant, just past the line of scrimmage. I like how they're setting up the defense here. Are the Legend offense?
They only rushed for 80 yards as a team, did Minnesota, and already Colin Hart is trying to say, maybe we should have run the ball more. As he gets the first down there, he had 39 yards on his 7 totes of the rock.
Well, sharp-eared listeners will recall what I just said. They were setting up the defense for a couple of different options, and in that case, a draw up the middle.
It'll be first down. Under 5.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. 7-0 Oklahoma City took advantage of the short field. Scored touchdown. Minnesota looking over his time. He's over the middle. He'll pick up 9 on the little slant pattern. And Reno showing why he was the season 23 MVP with passes like that.
The Reno family's pretty famous. Brother Mike Reno, of course, lead singer for Loverboy back in the 80s.
And they'll give it off to Hart, a smaller back of it too. He follows Jay Balmer, the big fullback. He's 6'50" Palmer. And that'll be a first down for Minnesota as the diminutive Hart, who stands 5'10", 200 pounds, makes his way easily through the and it'll be first and goal from the 10.
It's funny, a 5'10" guy in football is a diminutive guy. By the way, that's a vocabulary word.
Reno throws. Oh, he overthrew everybody to the end zone. His options were well covered, so he just tossed it out the back. Isaac Knox is the more bruiser of the two. He's 6'3", 225 pounds.
Where I was going with that comment, is I think the average male in America is like 5'9", 170 or something. So he's pretty much average. But he's a dudette. In football, here's a toss.
Toss out to Balmer, the fullback, and Jay Balmer rumbles down close to the 5. He should have been He's the offensive coordinator of this team. Stefan Forge calls the defense. Head coach is Axel Raven, one of the co-owners. PJ loves this team, the other. We saw him at the convention in Baltimore. PJ's always a great guy.
Indeed.
And Reno out of the empty gun, throws it back in the end zone, and it's knocked away.
Kind of had to. There was a stand of trees called OKC in the way there. You can see it. Boom. Yeah.
Brady Clark, the head coach, almost came away with that one as he got wolf paws up, and Mickey Malello, who was 1 for 1 on field goals last week, will be out to try a 22-yarder to get Minnesota on the board. From the left hash, just down the middle, and the 10-play drive results in 3 points, not 7 yet. Minnesota's on the board now.
Yeah, good pace, good score. If the defense get, give the ball to OKC, somewhere way back on the minus side.
Minnesota leading the total yardage category, 80 to 25 at this point. Queen Jackson on the return gets up to the 25. It will be 1st and 10 for the Renegades with just under 4 to go.
You get that live tracker up in the upper right-hand corner of the display con in terms of total yards. Pretty cool. Keep track of things. That's one of the things the Rick Meter staff looked at using their Bank Michigan issued slide rules.
Down the middle, Jackson completes it. The Galupi, who was covered like a blanket. That's a pick of 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2. Chris Slovic in the chat says he's in Pennsylvania and he's still afraid of the gorilla. And
we, of course, can't wait for this play here. 1st down.
Rahman on the carry. Tackle made by Axel Raven there on the play. Of course, Slovic.
Oh, you want
we got to meet him at the convention.
Yeah.
What an interesting fellow.
Yeah, he doesn't own any shoes. And he apparently is walking his way across the country. He's still in Pennsylvania. But he's giving it the old college try. On his way to Southeast Asia, that's another story.
And Jackson's pass incomplete, looking for Stephen McMichaels, the tight end, number 89.
It's going to take him a while.
2:54 to go in the opening quarter. OKC lines up on an empty set. We see McMichaels in motion to the bottom of the formation. Kogo already lined up on that. Jackson back to throw, fires down the middle. Nice catch, hauled in by Bovine, who was at the top of the screen. They have 3 tight ends, Rick. You don't see that very often in the SFL, but it's very creative use of it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the tight ends. Of course, got a tight end in the UFL, do I? But I think creative usage of the tight ends and formations and in routes is the underutilized option.
Agree with you there. It'll be a 1st and 10. Give off to Rahman again, and Rahman will get stopped after a short gain of 3 yards. King Jackson's 4 of 7. 7.1 yards per attempt. I know it's early, but the early returns are looking fairly impressive. We have Gumbo package on the field, no wide receivers. Here's the get to the other tailback, the rookie.
Yeah, a little variation kind of on the single wing, just trying to get a hat-on-hat advantage.
Richard Powers took the ball, but he was stopped after a 1-yard gain to set up a 3rd and medium-ish situation for Jackson and company.
With Richard, the best name on the field so far. Nothing.
And here's the throw down the middle. Oh, Galupi. He had it in his hands, but David Leonard's had other ideas.
You know, and here's where I start to have, my head explode with OCs calling a play like that. 4th and 6, and they take a deep shot. Most important thing in that situation, 3rd and 6, is the move is hit. They're not in field goal range. They can't afford the risk.
It would have been enough had bunch of Galupi.
I know, but the risk reward is off, not in favor of the offense.
Man fielded it in the end zone, so we knelt it. You don't do that on a punt very often. And the legend back out with the ball.
Let's see if they can build on that last series, Colin, where they were able to get some points on the board with throws like that, but not quite like that.
Oh, it's going to be our first flag in the game will be defensive pass interference on Oakley Street. Linebacker out there just straight up tackled the intended wide receiver. Looking at number 52 on Palmer. Yep, he definitely blocked his path.
Gets himself in the way and holds up progress there.
So free first down for Minnesota with 1:17 left. Been an unusually long first quarter, Rick, but plenty of action.
Oh yeah. Got a little back and forth here. Still one score game, which is good. The legend, as you said, looking to build on a rebound from that game last week.
Throw over the middle. Jason Plant pulls it in. Nice catch. Only the 7th total drive of the game. And it sets up a 2nd and 1 situation off of the penalty.
Indeed, and it starts with the little things, executing your plays, staying in contact with the other team, if you will, and beginning to try and work your will or push your advantages.
And Isaac Knox, that's hard weather, gets the ball and gets the first down as we are now under 50 seconds and counting to go in the quarter. And Rick, this Minnesota offensive line, and they're just paving the way for these two tailbacks.
Well, they've had some good success on those draw plays, running plays up the middle. We'll keep an eye on that as the game goes. If the Renegades can make an adjustment or not. But I think that gets set up a little bit by the passing game.
Reno over the middle. Oh, and into the middle of the field. And Thomas Robin Jr. with the prettiest snag you'll see from an offensive back, and the Minnesota fans, well, they're not happy.
2nd pick in the game so far, and we're, as you say, still in the first quarter.
That's intended for Jay Taylor. Well, ended up in the hands of Rama.
And that perks up the ears of the Rick meter, metaphorically speaking, as the Renegades defense has shown some flashiness here. See if they can put the points on the board.
36th career interception for Rahman Jr. for Damastina. That was only her 2nd career pick as McMichael pulls that in. Good enough for first down. And he was the team's leading wide receiver from the tight end position a year ago. 70 receptions for over 1,017 yards.
Really?
Both were top 10 in their respective category. He had 5 receiving touchdowns. As we reach the end of the first quarter, rising score 7-3. OKC out in front.
Yeah, and OKC taking advantage of the first turnover. Let's see if they can put the points on the board with a second one, Colin. And as you know, one of the commenter obvious comments. You win the turnover battle, he's got a good chance to win the game. He's going to win a game.
73 total yards for the Renegades. They're looking to add to it here. Jackson, the left-hander, throws! Not to Galupi. He somehow held onto the ball. But there's a flag, and they're going to call a personal foul, face mask, but I believe they'll decline it. Oh, they'll accept it. They called it a personal foul. Moves the ball inside the 5 to the 3.
Attacking on the yardage, Colin. Yardage.
So they go deep down the field and connect. And the left-handed quarterback lets his team up with a 1st and goal.
Look at this. Look, I love this heavy formation.
Irvine lined up as the fullback.
Watch him run to the left of the formation.
Now they move him over to the right side. They're going to throw. Oh, Kilgore at it. This rookie had only 22 receptions for 279 yards a season ago.
Punch it in, Jim. Punch it in.
And we will have a
heavy package again, power I.
Famous before. No motion this time. They'll pitch it out for Roman, and he's stopped by Forge at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Tried to cross him up by throwing on 1st down. And Legend guessed right that it's going to be a run play. They're going to throw here now.
They bring in a 2nd wide receiver. Standard goal line look for Minnesota. 6 men across the front. He's going out for a pass. Touchdown! Renegades score! It's Queen Jackson. Woo-hoo.
And don't look now, but the Renegades are looking good. And with that score, the Rick meter early in the 2nd quarter is going advantage OKC, Colin. Advantage OKC. Attention to the Rick meter for all of the tips and clues, any clues that you'll need to understand who's going to win this contest.
Queen Jackson, that's her first receiving touchdown in quite some time. And, King Jackson's got to be happy about that. The Renegades extend their advantage out to 14-3 now.
Of course, the any clues comment that is pretty arcane. That's from the firstborn identity. Arcane. Guess what? That's another vocabulary word so far: diminutive and arcane.
And King Jackson sharing that he and Queen are in fact married now. Congratulations.
Hey.
Hey, that's always good to see. And
dun, 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 dun.
And they were both part of our organization back in Detroit for some time. And, when I got to know of King, I thought he was a good guy. So congratulations. And Minnesota, they gotta be stunned. They probably thought this was gonna be
easier than it is. How about that?
Oh, Harrison Kilgore, the nose tackle, number 69, comes in for the sack. It'll be a loss of 2.
Did he bend him over backwards? Break his back? Let's see this.
He just beat the center. Boom.
Ouch. Oh. Here, I might weigh about 300 pounds. Let me pancake you. Ouch. I think I broke my collarbones broken from watching that play.
I just got secondhand shoulder pain from watching the replay as Reno tries to make up for it. Broken tackle. 20, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And he's hot dogging into the end zone. And Minnesota, just like that, scores.
Wow. We sort of made fun of them giving up that sack. Stick it in our face, Colin. Congratulations, Minnesota. Well done.
Just looks right on the
Just
seam.
Sheds the line, the LB tackle, and ain't no safety home. Ain't no safety home back there.
Just
Diana Ross.
He held the ball aloft for all to see before he crossed the plane.
He broke the plane. Unfortunately, he didn't also do his Leon Lett imitation.
Boy, that was a huge throw down the field.
My goodness.
73 yards, according to our stats. It's a 14-10 game. It only took 41 seconds and 2 plays, 70-plus yards.
Wow. But by the way, Colin, who's manning the stats truck?
We have Corey Menor and we have Eddie Gay.
There we go. Ace 1 and Ace 2. Oh, I'm sorry, Dog 1 and Dog 2. Renegade, he's dog.
Queen
Corey Menor, he's dog.
nails this in the end zone. Ball comes out to the 20. Beautiful stadium here in the Twin Cities area here. The Legends have definitely have first-class digs up here in the Great Lakes.
Yeah, and you know what? They got a great buffet in the press box up here. It's awesome. Lots of poutine and walleye, don't you know?
Jackson back to throw. Jackson down the middle. Oh, what a catch by Galupi. Pulls it in.
And can't shed the Minnesota tackler, or it would have been the reverse image of the Legends scoring play from a moment ago. Colin, look at that.
4 grabs now for 76 yards on 6 targets. Pretty efficient. Jackson. He's been efficient. 18 of 13, 120, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Really put the ball in any dangerous position.
Uh-oh, announcer jinx.
Jackson will throw, and a man wide open, it's clean, and down the sideline she goes. And it finally brought down by David Leathers, but not before a huge chunk of yardage is picked up.
Couldn't have thrown a pick if he tried on that one. He was so wide open.
Nobody picked him up until the safety guy.
Yeah,
what was the corner doing on that side?
Oh, and 21 made the other game-saving tackle.
That was Leathers, and second catch for Jackson. That was good for 33 on that. We're now under 7 to go in the first half. Bowline catches it out of the backfield. Will lead just a 2-yard pickup. Johnny Bravo brought him down, limiting the damage there.
You know, I don't. Long-time listeners will know I really don't like those sideline swing passes, but they do serve a purpose. It's sort of like a run. They pick up 2 yards, but they don't get the bruises on the RBs.
Jackson back to throw again. Jackson fired down the middle. Oh! Queen almost had it, but Derek Meerkat made a better play on the ball. Number 47, and it'll be 3rd and 8. What the Renegades do here. 4-man front war. Minnesota empty backfield for OKC. King Jackson sees something and changes another line of scrimmage. First down marker just short of the 10-yard line. Looks like at 5, 4, 3. They get it away. There'll be a pass to the end zone. Oh, Kilgore! He was covered by Derek Meerkat, and Junior Dorgan will be on for the field goal attempt.
Well, that was anybody's ball, wasn't it, Colin? That was a little closer, I think, than what they see Brain Trust would have wanted.
And Dorgan's field goal attempt is good, so it's back out to 8. Touchdown deficit. Minnesota will have to overcome as OKC gets 3 points out of that drive. And it's been a minute, and we hope you haven't forgotten. It's super simple to smash that like button and help the channel out. We just crossed the 8,500 subscriber mark, so subscribe if you have not, so you'll never miss the live stream highlight or putt. Thank you for your support of the Virtual Football Network and the SFL. Craig Mam on the return, and Mam spins past the 25 and will be knocked down at the 30.
SFL's blowing up. Make sure you get all of the feed, all of the info on the games.
Mam gets the team in really good field position. And the defense sort of got a half a stop, I'll call it, 0.5. They gave up a field goal, not a touchdown, so the deficit is a little more manageable.
Well, they've got Minnesota really needs a stick in the end zone here as we're working our way through the second quarter. There's a toss sweep to the right side.
Allen Hart spins back to the inside, picks up 4 yards. It'll be 15.
I'd like to see Minnesota's offense get OKC's defense a little on edge with some diversity in play calling here. But let's see how it goes. I think that'll help them. They can't rely on the 73-yard bomb.
He's knocked up the middle. He picked up 2 more. Kanan on the tackle. That's the guy who's been around the block a lot. He was with the Chicago Warriors franchise when they were the Seattle Nemesis. He was with us in the Motor City, and now here he is in Oklahoma City. It'll be Reno, backside pressure, he goes down. Kanan blitzing from his linebacker spot. Nobody picked him up from the backside, and the coach is not happy.
Let's see that again. Yeah, nobody bothers to pay attention to him. I don't know. They congratulations, OKC D line. They got Minnesota screwed up on their calls.
The tackle stepped inside to block the defensive end, and he forgot about the back.
Yeah, you're always responsible for the out.
And now it's going to be under 5. Kilgore on the return. The big tight end ran over one person and carried another guy to the Oklahoma City 46. Oh boy, that's a terrifying sight. Rick, can you imagine being a gunner on special teams and some guy who's 265 pounds at 6'5" barreling down on you like that?
Got a full head of steam right there. Yeah, hey, tight end nation, let's go.
Ball is on the Renegade 46. See the total yardage there. Minnesota in the lead for now. But it's much closer than what everybody's thinking. Guy Clausen is flabbergasted that a tight end is returning punts, but you know what they say in necessity is the mother of invention. Is the swing pass will pick up 8 yards at the Rom.
Congratulations on using the old timey word there, flabbergasted. Whew, I nearly spit out my sarsaparilla.
We're now under 5 to go. To be 2nd and 2 as Powers checks in front of Bowen in the 3 tight end formation. Powers tried to sweep to the outside, but nothing doing. Tackle made by PJ Loveless, number 50. Going to be 3rd and short. Over the small loss. Rahman on the carry gets the first down. He somehow squeezed through the hole.
Gets himself through there. Hey, just a quick note. We've got Cameron Irvine back at World Headquarters twisting the dials and knobs for us. And I'm not sure if we heard him in our ear now a minute ago or not. But he's got the game update, I believe. This just in. Got a game update. Let's go to Cameron Irvine.
Cam, what do you got for us?
All right, thank you. And here's a handoff, kind of meandering off the right side for no gain.
Zach Coulthard diving near parallel to the ground to grab the interception, and it's 3rd and 3 with under 3 minutes to go. Minnesota looking for the stop, down by 7. Jackson gives to Rahman. He got the first down just barely by the skin of his teeth.
Did he? Guess so. I didn't get a chance to make my joke about Cam at World Headquarters in Chattahoochee, Louisiana there. However you pronounce that dang town. Happens to be the oldest city in the Louisiana Purchase, by the way.
Louisiana territory. I think I will be down the seam inside the 10-yard line to about the 9. They might be the smallest roster in the league, Rick, in terms of number of players, but they're showing up big tonight for their team.
They are showing up and showing out. I think the legend taking a couple of shots to the head here, and Oklahoma City Renegades have staggered the legend a little bit.
There's the kid, the Rahman, and he gets stopped after about a couple of yard gain.
Our ramen will not be denied.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, 1:59 on the clock. If I told you that Oklahoma City would be in front of Minnesota by any margin, I would have been surprised, but
I mean, don't be so harsh on OKC. Everybody's kind of been, down on them a little bit, but they're playing tough here on the road in the Twin Cities. I think the Minnesota crowd is flabbergasted.
There's a ramen again up the middle, and he stopped. It'll be 3rd and goal. Stephen Black on the tackle there for Minnesota. 1:48 and counting to go.
Obviously, Renegades would like to get 7 here and go up by 2 this if they can. They got 1 play here, otherwise it's
An empty backfield again. Jackson nearly sacked, but he throws a touchdown instead to Stephen McMichaels. Oh my goodness. The Renegades continue to increase the advantage. It's now 23-10.
Well, by golly. Gosh golly. Oh, look now. But OKC has played a wonderful first half.
He was double covered and somehow managed to get, look, they're 4-7 on 3rd down. That's a big reason why they have the advantage.
It's a big number, yeah. Boy, yeah, don't you know. Oh, we're getting killed there, don't you know, said the legend.
And Judah Dorgan's extra point is up and good. 10-play drive ends in a touchdown. And like you said, Rick,
yeah. What did I say?
People are discounting the Renegades, but alas, that's why these games aren't played on paper. You still have to decide the results on the field. As McMahon looking to flip the script in a big way as he's got a big return down the sideline. 10-5 touchdown. The Minnesota special teams says, we'll give you a boost.
Now special teams. Oh my God. And we'll get a good look here. Why didn't they just shove him out of bounds?
Right there.
Nick, what's he doing?
Oh, he's a kicker. He doesn't know how to tackle.
He doesn't know what he's doing. Hey, great return. And, Minnesota is staying in contact here thanks to a 73-yard bomb and a kickoff return. You know what Al Davis would say? Just win, baby.
And this offense got a boost from their special teams, but I see folks in the chat saying they're amazed at the progress of this team from the Renegades offensively through 1 half of football so far as compared to all last year. Oklahoma City on offense averaged 12 points a game, 9 points a game at home. They only scored 14 on the road. And
Miranda Dumas, sorry. A kick 6. I like that.
Oh, yeah. Of course, you can't forget the most spectacular kick 6 of them all, 2013 Iron Bowl between Alabama and Auburn.
But you digress. Well, now, a little pressure maybe on the Renegade offense for the first time in the game. They just manufactured a score, and their special teams gave it right back. They thought they were heading to the locker room with a 2-score lead. Not the case.
It will be a run to ramen.
Run to ramen. That was the code name of my college year's nutrition plan. Had a bad run around. I'll be here for the rest of the game. So
Here's to get the Powers. He got the first down. Oh boy, Loveless collared him, but not before he just barely got past the sticks, the rookie tailback.
Let's see. Not a lot of time left. I don't seem to be in too big of a hurry here.
Jackson trying to scrap. It's a sack. And he'll be brought down.
Mellow Man. Mellow Yellow.
And the Legend fans, they're pretty excited as their defense picks up their second sack made on the evening, and
Reminds me, I think I got a bottle of Mellow Yellow in the back of my beer fridge.
will they get the snap off? They will. It'll be a Jackson ass. So Bell out of attacks again. But otherwise, it was a pretty impressive first half as Teague Clay gets the sack there for Minnesota. 24-17. Oklahoma City in front. Rick Northrop, your thoughts on what we witnessed during that first half?
Well, Minnesota really needs to not be Minnesota nice. And they've got all they can handle on Oklahoma City. And as I pointed out, they got 14 points from an improbable bomb, 73-yard play, broken D coverage, secondary coverage, and then they got a kickoff return. Otherwise, the legend is sitting at 3 points in terms of for standard offense, if you will, or what you might normally expect, or something you can live on, if you will. Now, what's your impression so far?
So, yes, you did have a couple of the big explosive plays from Minnesota. But to Oklahoma City's credit, they were given a short field a few times, and they took advantage of it. And King Jackson's found the end zone 3 times. They had a field goal, and, that's not a bad quarterback rating of almost 137.
Right. Yeah, OKC, you make a good point. Did what good teams do. They score off turnovers.
And Colin Northrop, Rick Northrop here in the booth with you, and
got the Rick meter here. It is advantage OKC at this point. Sorry, maybe I interrupted your flow, Colin. I know you're the talent, as you remind me all the time. I'm just supposed to be here to support you, not talk so much. Hey, what are you doing? Were you putting a black mark on my employee file? What are you doing?
I'm not doing anything. It's just your imagination. It's King Jackson who turns it up to the OKC 21. I'm trying to find it. The folks over at Jack's Data, they have their own who you got as far as the spread goes. And coming into this game, Minnesota was 17.5 point favorites at home, over under 42.5.
Well, Minnesota was giving 17.5. Holy cow. Hey, if you've not worked with Colin before, he is a magician with the mouse and all of his screens, pulling up numbers, stats, facts, and figures. Speaking of stats,
Jackson almost threw a pick there to Stephon Ford, Corey Minner, Eddie Gage, our statisticians, and not the greatest of starts for King Jackson as he nearly threw his first interception of the season on that pass. And it looks like Mr. Dorgan, the kicker, says he missed the whole first half, but one of your team's in the lead and you kicked the field goal, so you had a big hand in this team being in front. As Jackson once again back to pass, has to move in the pocket, fires down the field, and incomplete. Derek Meerkat on the deflection.
What's scary about that play is if he'd have aired it out just a little bit more of a rainbow on that, he was behind the secondary. It could have been gone. But, more of a dart throw. Allowed him to get a hand on it. Keep it away.
It'll be a 3rd and 10. Would be huge for Minnesota if they could get a stop here. They're down by a touchdown.
Hinge play right here early in the 3rd quarter.
Jackson down the middle, man, wide open is Bovine at a 40-yard line, and nobody somehow managed to pick the Hall of Famer up on the play.
And the hinge play goes in favor of the Renegades. Colin is.
It just ran down the middle of the zone, right past Derek Meerkat, and it took 2 guys to bring the big tight end down.
Yeah, it's like sort of randomly, occasionally, the right route concept meet the exact weakest secondary setup. And that's been a big part of OKC's progress.
Jackson scrambling, throwing, open again, Gallupi, first down, OKC.
Yeah, and that's just good receiver play. They know they've got to try and break off the route and find an open space.
He was just running across the middle, standard route. Johnny Bravo on the hit. And We're getting a couple calls from the folks in the crowd, Rick, and I want to look at the meter. As Much Galooby up to 120 yards and just 6 receptions.
Well, you know, if you want to get a look at the meter, you can always get a tour before the game. It's open. Have a little open house, got snacks, and Pop-Tarts and Mountain Dew. But here's a deep drop.
Jackson on the screen of Roman, and that didn't really work
At all.
Keegan Clay tackles into the backfield for a loss of 5, and I admire the idea to go with the screen. It's just, you know, Rahman turned around rather than going upfield.
That was well. That was kind of a broken play from the get-go. It was well covered by Minnesota. In terms of the Rick meter, in all seriousness, it's advantage Oklahoma right now, and that happened early in the second quarter. Rick meter's been very impressed with the play calling and ability to move the ball like that.
Oh, Bovine down the middle. They pick up a 2nd and 15. And if you're a defensive guy, Rick, that just has to drive you crazy.
It does.
You had him a 2nd and 15 situation. And again, it's Bovine down the middle of the field.
Well, yeah, just finding gaps in that zone. And, you know, receivers, QB and receivers are totally on the same page here tonight.
200 yards projection on the game. We go with those 3 touchdowns. 269 offense. Over 100 more than Minnesota as Rahman picks up 4 yards on the play. And, you know, King Jackson, he was talented in the SFL. He had his moments with us in the Motor City V8.
Indeed, yeah, great quarterback play for the V8, and here he is with OKC, continuing to grow and gain confidence.
Powers on the little carry will pick up a 3rd. We'll make it a 3rd and 4 situation.
I'm suspicious that King Jackson and the receivers may be putting in some extra work in the offseason and you know, in between practice. Although they had this is their first game, right? So,
yeah, they had a week 1 bye, so next week the Bears, the throw down the steam is incomplete. Eric Meerkat makes the hit on Stephen McMichaels, but been good enough for a first down. But Judah Dorgan will be on for the field goal attempt to make this a 2-score game. This will be a 37-yard.
I find that interesting again because it was, you know, 3rd and short, and they make a pretty big throw down to the goal line. I know you and I disagree on that a little bit, Colin, and but to me the risk reward is off. Just keep trying to move those sticks again.
Another 10-play drive. This time it ends in 3 points. And it is Derek Meerkat's birthday today. So
the Meerkat, happy birthday.
As the kick goes through the end zone.
That's a touchback. The Legend find themselves down by 10 here midway through the 3rd, Colin. And for those of you just joining us here on the Virtual Football Network, 14 of the 17 points for Minnesota are an improbable burst plays. A 73-yard bomb and a kickoff return for a touchdown. The Minnesota offense has really yet to show any kind of sustained drive or attack.
Well, down the middle, Powell on the reception will pick up 10 yards as Angela Meerkat, Derek Spouse, says it's a big milestone birthday.
Oh, it's 21.
No, it's not that. You can read yourself. I
can read. I thank you. I just learned how to read. I appreciate that. The big 4-0. All right. Nice.
Only 7 completions, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Only the 6th first down picked up by Minnesota. Colin Hart on the carry will pick up 4 yards. And Hart.
40 didn't bug me. 50 did, which is kind of weird.
Was already up to the number of carries he had all last week. So it was clear that Minnesota decided, you know what, we got to run the ball more.
Of course, for my 40th birthday, I started a band. We played pretty regularly for about 12 to 15 years and had a lot of fun. So maybe that's why 40 didn't bug me too much. Of course, Don as odd as it was starting a band when you're 40, she was thankful it wasn't a red sports car or a blonde.
As Reno will throw. Oh, he had Palmer open, but unable to haul it in, so they still haven't converted a third down.
I know, the
yet, Rick.
OKC defense holds.
And Sabo made a really good tackle on Isaac Knox on second down.
Yeah.
And I think that really sort of gummed up the works.
Gummed up the works, man. You are. Yeah, Shay. Yeah, let me put my dentures in and talk about being flabbergasted again here, Shay.
Mickey Malello on the punt. And the Renegades will have it at their own 34. Only 31 offensive plays for the legend. 50 prior to the start of this drive by Oklahoma City. That's in spite of not running the ball for as many yards as Minnesota collectively is.
That's a little crazy, though. That's my nervous laugh. Like, really? Oh, my gosh.
Jackson throws completes the goal line for the first down. He had to turn around and pirouette for that ball. And he gets it for a first down.
Well, the Rick Meter staff and their slide rules are doing some plus them up and take them aways here, but this drive is probably going to be deterministic of a change in the rating. We shall see. Deterministic is that another vocabulary word? Hey, if you feel like if you have a growth mindset and feel like you have agency in life, you need to have a good vocabulary. Hey, get stuff done. Here's a short drop.
Jackson over the middle. Oh, Bajagalupi was hit just as he was trying to catch the ball. It'll be second down. 4:46 to go in the third. Want to remind you, have a second. You're watching the Simulation Football League action right here on the Virtual Football Network. This week on BFN will feature SFL Week 2 action Saturday and Monday, as well as UFL on Saturday, Tuesday, and Friday, and back to the SFL for Week 3 on Saturday and Sunday. No network gives you more football. The SFL loads on BFN as the S down the middle is broken up. PJ Loveless, the linebacker in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
and
nice.
Just like that, it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, nice. Sank back into got himself in the throwing lane. Made a good play on that.
3rd and 10. Let's see if Minnesota can come up with a stop here. They have a few times tonight, but could really use one here.
If you have a stop, use it now.
The bunch Kilgore in the trip set. Oh, Jackson goes down. That's the risk when you're on the empty sets. Devon Forge winging the bat as he just ran around the offensive tackle. There'll be a 4th and 15. Eagles on for the punt.
The defense marks up and gives the Legend offense another chance here. 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes to paint together in the 3rd quarter. Poor guy. Alongside me is Hall of Famer Colin Northrup.
Yes, I am. 4:15 to go in the third.
No fat head he.
You're watching SFL After Dark here on the Virtual Football Network. Kickoff was approximately 9:48 or so p.m. Eastern time.
That's right, here in the East. 6:48 or so in the West.
And Reno down the middle, catch made. He's Powell rolls it in for the first down.
Yeah, he turns around and sure-handedly brings that in. Typically, you're going to get a hit like that over the middle, and he does. A shoulder pad in the bread basket.
Tackle made there by the 28 for the Renegades. On the field. It's going to be a gift on hard. Turning ahead, picks up 8 yards. Ground game has been productive for Minnesota, Rick. And they can still use it, kind of, down by 10, as long as they get a score here on this drive.
Yes, they can. Again, the gridiron heroes for the Minnesota Twin Cities area.
Here's to get a notch, and he's stopped in the backfield for no gain. He's had his struggles when he's had the opportunities to carry the ball. Lost a few. Kanan on the tackle.
I was about to say, the heroes of the gridiron for Minnesota are doing fairly well with the run game. I didn't even get to make that comment, and they were going for a loss.
And Reno is sacked from behind. Gets to it. Broken on. Off the blitz again. And once again, that was a breakdown in protection that nobody picked it up. And I mean nobody.
I mean nobody comes into our house, pushes us around.
It'll be another 4th down punt. Mickey Malello on for yet another punt. He's going to need an ice bath when this is all said and done. He's been doing a lot of kicking. Kilgore will get back up with the 28. We get another game update from Cameron Irvine. Cam, what do you got for us? Oh, boy.
Whoa, Nelly.
Boy, if you follow the Predators, you be sure to keep up on heart medication. They'll open the air.
Where's my nitro pills?
Throw down the middle. Jackson to McMichaels for the first down.
McMichael making up for that drop he had near the goal line a couple possessions ago, Colin. Fired up about that. Oh, look at where this lands, right? Nice throw.
Throw down the middle. Number 21, David Leathers. Make the stop. Jackson now has completed 19 passes. 281 total yards for OKC. Throw to the sideline is
garbage.
At least he avoided the sack. PJ Loveless on the tackle.
Right, that is a big fat pick stick meatball flying across the field like that. We're lucky, and last time OKC had the ball, Ricky was snapped on alert. Here we are again.
Throw, and it is incomplete. Mark Mello, he's been pressuring the middle of that pocket all night.
He's starting to play a game, isn't he? And 3rd and 10. The Renegade offense, last couple of possessions, has not been able to work their prior used method.
5 or 10 on 3rd down.
Oh, they're serious about throwing on this one, aren't they?
And here comes the blitz from the backside. Jackson just got rid of it. And it'll go down as an incomplete forward pass.
Perfect time for a blitz.
Nicholas Russell coming hard off the corner. And it'll be 4th and 10. And Minnesota gets the ball back. With 1:35 to go in the quarter.
Still doable. But their offense really needs to sustain a drive.
Nam spins up the middle. We'll get to the 23. Minnesota under 200 yards for the game, and we're almost into the 4th quarter, Rick.
Yeah, that normally wouldn't be too bad, except you've got 300 yards for the Renegades, right?
Yeah. Most of it's through one thing, but still, you know. They're down by 10. You still have opportunity to get in this. We know that they can hit the big explosive play. We've seen it before. Shotgun from Johnny Reno. As Colin Hart sidecar left side. They will give it to him on a delay up the middle. Don't do that very often. Picks up 4 yards.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Stays on schedule. Reno's been running for his life at various times, or in some cases not running for his life at all, because it's coming from the blind side, Number 55.
Cannot. I mean,
Yeah.
he's two set. Harrison Kilgore, I presume Jonathan's family member, since they share the same last name, as Knox will make it a 3rd and 1 situation. With his first positive yardage carry
Yeah,
in a
3rd
while.
and 1. They might get their first 3rd down conversion.
We're in the I formation, 2 tight ends balanced line. Palmer close, Hart deep. They give to Hart, second man to the hole. That's a first and plenty more. There he goes, call out 40, 30, and he's knocked down at the Oklahoma City 29-yard line or thereabouts. As the little ISO play up the middle just pops out the other side and almost went for a touchdown.
That's how you pick up a first down. You get yourself in 3rd and short.
Shout out to Jay Balmer, the fullback, throwing a great block on Brady Clark there that really sort of sprang Hart loose for his biggest run of the evening. Some 38 yards as he's now up to 92 yards. And
nice play. Yeah, I've been critical of play calling in Minnesota, but so far it's been a good series. I like it.
Yeah, a 27-17 lead puts you 4s, 12s, 86s, 29s up in chat, folks.
Do it.
We're in the 4th quarter, and we're going to answer the question you always love to ask. Who owns the 4th quarter?
Who owns the 4th quarter? Owns the 4th quarter.
There's Hart. He'll get the ball. Breaking tackles. Colin Hart with a head of steam. Turns out 9 yards.
Colin Hart making a bid to take over this game for the Minnesota offense here, Kyle. As we begin the 4th quarter, don't forget, plays from Richard Word Power, diminutive, arcane, and deterministic. So far, your vocabulary words, cultural references include Slapshot, Elf, Born Identity, and the movie Rudy.
All good movies. Sammy Seatbelt III was taken for a ride there. He's King Jackson's cousin. Busted play as he attempted handoff to the back.
Almost stolen by the rusher. Who was that? Masked man.
But Reno able to make a little something out of it. Picks up the first down anyway.
Yeah, nice. Nice improvisation.
You know, he saw a type attack on the other side for Chicago, have all those quarterback run plays, and he's like, I can do that. And Colin Hart, he shed 2 tackles, including one near the line of scrimmage where I thought he was going to be tackled for sure. And Hart was almost brought down right there by Aaron Gooden.
And there a second time. Wow. You know, I mean, he was probably dizzy from all the spinning. But if he'd have sprinted to the pylon, he might have been in on that play.
Actually, Sammy Seatbelt III, according to King Jackson, and Pat is the older brother. So the older brother got taken for a ride there.
Look at that!
Gets the first down, and he gets the touchdown! Here we go.
Let's go.
Isaac knocks the big bowling ball back. He's been stopped in the backfield several times, but he just carried his forward went to the end zone. And what did he do, Rick? He broke the plane.
Broke the plane, boss.
As he was shoved forward by Armstead, number 98.
Well, that narrows the lead quite a bit now. It's still advantage Renegades in the Rick meter, but it's a tenuous hold on that advantage for the Renegades. I think there's another vocabulary word for you.
This is a 7-play drive. Took under 3 minutes off the clock. 2 minutes, 51 seconds time elapsed on the drive.
And that shakes the funk off of the crowd here. Minneapolis, Colin.
You're right. They were kind of sleepy. They were kind of sleepy there for a while, and you know, a couple big plays on that drive, Rick, really roped the crowd up, and now all of a sudden, OKC is finding themselves in a bit of a narrow situation. Now only up by 3 points, 27-24.
I believe you're all right, Mr. Collin. I believe all the pressure is now on the Oklahoma offense. They need to produce.
King Jackson, audibleizing, checking. Queen is in motion to the bottom of the formation. Number 15. It's going to be a play action rollout by King. And the left-hander fires way down the field. It found Queen. I don't know how he did it, but he found her. Oh no, but one of the offensive linemen, Ryan Young, the tackle is injured. Oh boy.
Gonna force the backup into the game, Colin. Here, just adding to the drama. I need a Dramamine now. It's getting exciting.
And with that last pass, Jackson now up over the 300-yard threshold. He's sitting at 311. And Queen, that was a 34-yard gain.
Oh, nice. Let's see if the Legend defense can respond here to that haymaker.
And King Jackson says, "Go number deep one," and just pulled the string a little bit for Patrick Alupi. But he was just a bit too far.
Excuse me, just a bit outside. Of course, that's Major League. Everybody knows that one. A great crowd. Euchre. Just listen to that crowd.
Patrick Alupi in motion to the top of the screen. Jackson back to throw the left-hander, dumps it up. Ooh, just a little in front of Bovine.
I think his arm got hit, or he was being hit as he was trying to throw. Is that his arm, his motion looked janky? I'll get another look at it. Thanks, guys in the truck.
Take away their You know, they were on their game last week with Baltimore. I wouldn't be surprised if they're still hungover from the great time they had in the Charm City.
Yeah, too much Mountain Dew and Pop Tart. Put anybody under the weather. All right, here we go.
Jackson to throw. Ooh. Almost sacked. Almost here. David Leathers tipped it away, and with 8:16 left, pass intended for Kilgore. OKC will be forced to punt.
Wow. Well, hey, good stand there by the Minnesota D. Sparked up and snuffed out that possession.
According to Eddie Gage, that reception was a 30-yarder by Queen.
Okay.
As Ma'am will call the fair catch at the 23.
All right. Another hinge point in the game here.
8-10
See who will prevail on this possession.
Down by 40. They have a really good kicker in Mickey Mello. So
Mello? No.
Mickey Mello. He's going over this earlier.
We did in our game prep earlier. I couldn't pronounce his last name for the life of me. Well, I couldn't pronounce it correctly. It's like Chattahoochee-Dochis. I just cannot say it correctly.
Second and 6. Two tight ends on the field. Menson lined up. The tight end 2 position. Isaac knocks it. Touchdown. Stop to the line of scrimmage for no gain. Aaron Gooden.
The dreaded
stop that time.
Dreaded Minnesota third down.
Oh, that's Carolina. All those boys were doing it at the convention.
I know. It got them nowhere.
3rd and 4. Approaching under 7 to go. Back to throws. Reno down the middle. Taylor in the catch. And he's up over the 50 to up the 49-yard line.
That's a confident play call and a confident throw there, Colin. Color me impressed.
A little quick 4-step drop.
Yeah, got some inside leverage. He was going to be open all day.
They call him Rock and Roll Jay Taylor, number 80.
Rock and Roll Jay Taylor. Why didn't I know this earlier?
Well, there was a banner
if I was paying attention to this native, yes. see what OKC can cook up on D.
Reno throws. Oh, Prince had it in his hand, but it's incomplete. Aaron Gooden was in the neighborhood.
That's a catch you gotta make, bro. That went brotastic. Alas, second and 10.
6:34 left, 2nd and 10. Got Palmer lined up in one of the tight ends this time for Minnesota. Reno's back to throw down the goal. Prince unable to haul it in, and he's mad at himself, Rick. He knows he should have had that one.
It was close. It was close. Thought he might have been interfered with a little bit there, but guess not.
Renegades in the stats truck saying that was 6 points had he managed to catch it, and I agree. That was a good possibility of that being so. Instead, it's 3rd and 10. They need to get
rushing 3. You know what this means? A completion.
Oh, they're going to bring a 4th guy to backer. Reno sprints out. Almost ran out of the wide open. It's been down inside the 20 to the 15.
Oh my goodness! They try and cross him up with the delayed rush there.
And they just sort of had this funky little half roll. You kind of see the end of it right there before you set up and let it fly.
Wide open.
And Minson, who had one grab.
A giant throw it to me beacon on him.
One grab the entire ball game.
You know, one thing about those all green uniforms, that shot from the backfield downfield, it's hard to see the result.
Oh, that pass was into traffic and almost intercepted by number 25 there for the Renegades. That was a young man by the name of Farrell Rains, the corner.
Yeah, but you know, downfield on a long throw, that dark green uniform against the turf kind of disappears a little bit.
It's going to be 2nd and 10. Another Reno pass attempt down the field to the end zone, and a bit too long at France in the end zone.
Throws a dart.
Just pulled the string.
Oh, it was on him before he was really turning around looking for it.
3rd and 10. They do have the field goal in the back pocket.
They've got the tying field goal in their back pocket. The one thing that Minnesota can't do is have a turnover here.
Oh, the lineup of 5 wide in the empty shotgun. Aggressive look. Blitz comes from OKC. Reno sprints out. Look out from behind. Down he goes.
Snuffs out the potential touchdown on that play. Sets up a field goal.
He just never gave up on the rush, did number 55. And that's going to make this a 39-yard attempt. Mickey Malello, the tie the game with just under 5.5 to go by the end of the ball. That spot kick is on the way, and it is good.
And we're tied.
10-play drive, 2 minutes 28 seconds taken off the clock. In Minnesota, they were down 24-17, and now they tied it at 27 apiece. Hold on to your hat. Kickoff is away. Knelt down the back of the end zone by Kilgore. The SFL action returns to VFN on Sunday with 4 more games on the docket, headlined by 2 major Week 1 winners, Chicago and DC at 6:45 p.m. Eastern. Other action includes Arizona, Lexington, Twin City, Houston, and Florida, Los Angeles, with the night going in Kentucky. Getting the night going in Kentucky at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. The SFL 25 seasons strong. Could be some exciting games there, Rick.
Yeah,
particularly that Chicago DC game should be very interesting.
Yeah, and don't look now, but they lost a yard on the first play, bringing up 2nd and 11. They really don't want to give the ball back to the legend without having a score on this.
Tipped in the air, looking for the ball line, and it was incomplete. Clock stopped. It is now 3rd and 11 with 4:55 left.
High ball game. Legend have the Renegades 3rd and long deep in their own end. They're licking their chops on this. We just send everybody.
Let's see.
Look like that.
The OKC team that started 0-8 a year ago before winning one game on route to it.
Whoa!
Bennett Jackson.
I thought that might be a fumble there as he brings his arm back and suddenly doesn't have the ball. Well, forcing the punt. Yes.
OKC, they won their only game of the season last year on the road against what was at the time the Minneapolis Maulers. They scored 30-27. They have not won.
Oh, brother. Hey, OKC gets the ball on their Renegade 43, Colin. This is Oklahoma City is in big trouble right now.
43-yard line. Minnesota with the opportunity to take the lead. Total yardage the second half completely flipped. It's 158 to 112.
Exactly. Minnesota defense kind of figured out the Renegade attack.
Well down the middle. France hauls it in for the first. As we get another game update alert from Cameron Irvine. Cam, what happened in the other game?
What a nightcap on Friday, Colin. Cameron Duty won from 36 yards in overtime. Last week, he wins from 39 yards in overtime. This week, Charleston's 2-0. Bossier City 0-2 with 2 heartbreakers down to stretch. That was with 3 seconds to go in the first overtime. Back to you.
Wow. Oh, my. That's a thriller.
As we're now under 4 minutes to go. Minnesota looking to take the lead, but Silicon has other ideas. He got his 4th sack. They still haven't picked him up, Rick.
They have not. And that puts him, if not on the edge of field goal range, out of field goal range. Let's see. Oklahoma City could use another stop for no gain or even a sack.
It's picked up! It's picked up! They get a turnover from one of the linebackers.
Oh, my
Number
goodness.
52 picked it up and returned it to the 24, and the Minnesota fans, they cannot believe it.
Well, and didn't even take an announcer jinx on that one, Colin. It's a pure turnover. No, microphone mojo.
TJ Kilgannon says, whoa, I'm just tuning in. It is a tie game. Buddy, you missed a crazy game, and it just took a crazy twist right there.
That's right. Oklahoma City were world beaters first half, and
They forced 2 turnovers.
struggled in the second half.
Oh, McMichaels had it in his hands, but it was just a bit too high. And 3rd interception.
Second kind of disappointing drop or incompletion for McMichael. The other one being on that goal line earlier in the second half. Or was that in the second quarter even?
It might have been in the second quarter.
I think so. 2 split wide at the numbers. I'll step back.
Pump Jackson goes down. Here, Mark Mello with another sack. He's been a monster in the middle of the. It was 24-17 at half. We are now tied at 27. Rick, and both defenses have clamped down hard, particularly the guys wearing all green.
Yeah, and that protection, man, for the Renegades just totally whiffed as Mello comes from his no guard position all the way around the end to make a sack.
Jackson in the pocket, throws. Oh, what a catch! Down the middle of the field. First time we've called Skaggs. Number 84, they're going way down the depth chart.
Like, who that guy?
As Jackson said, oh, somebody's down there wearing a white shirt and a white helmet.
I'll throw it to them. Well, that gets them out of Dutch in a big way. Now with 2:51 to go and counting, the world is the Renegades' oyster right
now. There's Jackson. He's going to throw over the middle. Catch made. This is Patrick Olympi. He'll pick up 3. Brent Hardaway said he had to take some blood pressure medication because of the Bossier City Charleston game.
Oh, no doubt.
Look at the damage down the middle. 213 down the middle. 93 to the right. Only 43 yards to the left-hand side.
Yeah, those found gaps in the coverage down the middle. That was a lot of the first half.
19 first downs gained. Richard Powers on the carry. He surges ahead to set up at 33, which will take place on the other side of the field.
They may be gambling that they, or wagering, that they can burn some clock with the run game, get themselves in position for a game-winning field goal if they don't, in fact, get the points.
David Dorgan is a pretty good kicker, but he's returning after some period of inactivity. Oh. Jackson down the middle, Patrick Olympi again, and timeout called.
Minnesota's got to try and preserve some clock because Oklahoma City is squarely in the scoring range now.
1:55 left. This will be the 76th offensive play run by OKC.
Wow. 19 more plays at this point. Let's go to 20 more plays. Yeah.
387 total yards, and they're going to go back to the air. Why not? It's been working.
McMichael.
Incomplete, and it's a double whammy, Rick, because guess what? It stopped the clock.
I know. McMichael has had some fabulous catches and some signature drops, if there's such a thing. You got to keep going, Tim. He's going with best weapons out there, but be more consistent.
Second and 10. 150 left, and I agree with TJ. Jackson is playing like a monster. He has been for most of this game. As Roman with his best carry in Minnesota has to call their second timeout.
Forcing the timeout there puts Minnesota down to 1. Whenever they get the ball back, they'll have 1 or 0 timeout left.
Jackson coming into the game just over 4,500 career passing. And he's got 3 touchdowns.
Got a motion man here with a power eye into a back.
And they will give off to Rahman. He's stuffed in the backfield.
Wow, that was like weird. Hesitated or
had to hurdle over a guy who's down the front of him.
I couldn't get his feet going.
And now it's up to Judah Dorgan to give OKC the lead. He's been a fairly accurate kicker throughout his career. Can he make this one? Spotted favorably right in the middle of the field. That spot kick is on the way, and it is good with 1:38 left. Oklahoma City retakes the lead.
Oh, my. Well, after not showing much in the second half, Colin, they finally perk up and reclaim the lead. As you said, the Legend will have a $1:38 and a timeout in their back pocket to work with here. Try and get themselves in field goal range.
They have no timeouts. So anything in the middle.
Oh, no timeouts. My mistake. They got a $1:38. That's all they got. That's a good return.
They're going to get good field position. Quick move! Oh, he returned one! Does he return a second one? He's in at 20! He's in at 10! He scores! The special team strikes again!
Special teams! That's the second kick six of the game, Colin. Oh my gosh, for Minnesota.
He's got to be the special teams player of the week, Craig Mary. He's got to. That's his second kickoff return for a touchdown. And one stiff arm, and boom, he was on his way.
What is wrong with the Renegade coverage on kicks, Colin? Well, first of all, it wasn't kicked very deep. So there's that. And yeah, I'm speechless.
Joshua Durr is speechless.
It's an important extra point here, Colin.
It's something good. It's now a 4-point game. The field goal doesn't help. And Michael Torillo, I think, speaks for both of us here in the booth. He wants to know what is happening. Explain.
What is happening? Well, and the Rick meter scrambles around to go probable legend.
Remember, OKC has all 3 timeouts. Between Jackson under the thing. And Jackson gets up to the 22. They have a minute 20 left. They need to get a touchdown to take the lead.
Legend players already planning their night out after the game there on the bench.
Zach Benjamin, the head coach for the Sin City Samurai, said SFL has been lit tonight.
Lit. Oh, wait, good talk. Oh, fresh talk. So unfortunately now, unlike the first half, they're looking legend in the first half. OKC doesn't have much offense at all to show for the second half. And they need points now.
Jackson down the middle. It's incomplete. Once again, loopy the intended receiver. You see the only yardage that's there on the top of your screen.
Yeah.
Almost 400. 361 through the air.
That's passing, yeah. Yeah, mostly a passing attack. For both teams, really. Although Colin Hart had just some great carries during the third quarter.
Jackson down the middle. Oh,
no.
Ball line, able to haul it in.
Oh,
Able not to haul it in the middle of the crowd.
Renegades almost down to their last gasp here, Colin.
With 1:12 left.
They need 10 yards to have life. I know they got their timeouts and they can interrupt the clock, but if they were to turn it over at the front and get the ball back, they wouldn't.
1:12. Jackson down the middle, catch made.
There's that first down they were looking for. They'll take a timeout here.
I think that was Austin Sanders on the reception. We haven't called his name, but he's been in charge of roster construction off the field. As Jackson's now completed 25 passes for 388 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions.
Uh-oh. He just thinks
he's back to throw. Down the field, over the head of everybody, incomplete. You know, I've been doing some thumbing through previous records. You know, OKC had that gap of time from season 14 to season 23 before they returned. Last time they started a season with a win on their docket was all the way back to season 13. They're trying to change that narrative now. Jackson down the middle, go on the reception, and they're not going to call the timeout.
they're going to try and spike it here, I suppose. Question mark.
I think they want to squeeze as much time out of the clock as possible. Elmore hauls it in for 22 yards.
Oh, and they huddle up. Are you kidding me? I don't know.
Jackson's now.
They're not. It's not a sure thing field goal from right there. They need probably 10 yards.
Oh, forget the field goal, Rick. They need a touchdown.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, they're not going for it.
It's almost intercepted.
What am I thinking about? 3-point lead.
Stephen Black.
You know what I was thinking? They're going
up.
for a field goal because they're playing like they were going for a field goal. Sue me. Yeah, I mean that was they wasted a lot of time on that.
According to Mark Lopez, OKC was now 1 of 6 on 3rd down in the second half. O'Ryan in motion.
Yeah, and they converted almost every 3rd down they had.
There's the throw, complete, down to the 20, and now they call a timeout.
Now they use their second timeout. Okay, all right, I get it. So they're gonna have.
Oh look, Rick, you have a fan. Johnny Bravo says, "I love Rick. He's awesome."
Oh yeah, thank you.
Green Jackson, 4 grabs, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
Johnny Bravo's my favorite.
OKC trying to pull it out of the fire. Down by 4. They need a touchdown.
Get
Throw
out
to
of
the sideline.
bounds.
Oh my
There you
gosh!
go.
25 seconds
Oh
left.
my God. Thought he was going to get tackled inbounds there for a second. Well, we got ourselves our own little nail biter here, Colin. And probably so after watching the Renegades ooze the legend in the first half.
Surprising. We're up 24-17.
27.
There's the throw. Oh, it's almost picked up.
Almost picked that off.
Oh my gosh.
Heart attack city. City, baby.
Number 52, Stephen Black, almost sealed the deal for Minnesota. Oklahoma City's about to run their 88th play.
Third and 4. We got and only 22 seconds.
Down the field.
Oh,
Jackson scores.
no.
Touchdown with 18 seconds left. Wayne Jackson buys the end zone for the second time in the game. And with 18 seconds left, OKC took the lead.
So many emotional swings in this game here, Colin, in the last 4 minutes or so. From OKC taking the lead to the legend returning the kick. To then Minnesota scoring, and now here we have it back again. OKC take a 3-point lead. It's good.
And it was a 10-play drive. They took 1:06 off the clock to score. But Rick, they still have to kick off the break, man.
Yes, you know what? I was going to say, now the Minnesota Legends' favorite play, the kickoff return. They've got 14 points off of this play already tonight. And they make it 21. The deeper kick this time, and he's not hitting the sideline, so he'll get stuffed.
13 seconds. Ball's on the Minnesota 32. They're down by 3. And boy, they still have a long way to go if they want overtime.
And we're wearing sunglasses. How many yards to go? And we're done.
That was 18-yard pass. Oh my goodness. Tyler Funk can't believe it.
Well, here we go. 2 plays, right? A quick hitter to the sideline and then a Hail Mary. Let's see.
Back to throw. Arena. Complete.
Oh, the clock. Hurry up.
They got to spike it.
Hurry up, guys. Hurry up.
Believe
3, 2, 1.
They got it off in 1 second.
1 second. Unlike the game we called last week, Colin.
Minnesota actually got it away.
Actually got the spike off.
And Cameron Irvine back at the league office is almost double zeros again for us.
Well, here it is. For all the marbles. One play for all the glory.
And they're going to have to throw it as far as they can. Oh, Taylor. He got to the 3. There's no time left. And the Oklahoma City Renegades have pulled off the shocker of the opening season as they win the game 37-34.
The Renegades, as you said, Colin, changing the narrative with a season open win. Congratulations, OKC. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Holy cow, everybody. What a game.
I almost fell out of my chair
I know.
when they scored that touchdown. And if they would have scored again, Minnesota on the play, I don't know what I would have done.
Oh man.
The stats are just crazy.
They're not. And it was really, kind of the tale of 2 halves. And then the fourth quarter is just haymaker after haymaker.
55 passes. He completes 29 of them. This King Jackson in his return to the lead. Colin Hart rushes for 113 yards. And Minnesota loses.
Oh my gosh.
We got a $2 super chat from DJ the Myth, DJ Wood. He says, friendly reminder, take your heart meds, everybody.
SFL should branch out into health insurance.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we've had some snoozer games, Colin, in the last couple seasons, but we got 2 awesome ones to open our personal season here in the booth. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I'm Rick Northrup.
And I'm Colin Northrup, and I gotta give, other than King Jackson, I gotta give player of the game to that. All the OKC secondary, they came away with the turnovers. They gave the team the short field in the first half, and they picked off Reno a bunch. Thanks to Corey Minner and Eddie Gage on stat. And take a breath, everybody, and thank you all, and good night.
Good night. Good night, nerd.